Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over some postpartum must-have items that really helped me out, and a lot of these ideas I got from the internet or from other YouTubers. I am a second-time mom, so a lot of these things are just from experience, things that I wish I would have had with my daughter that I had this time with my son. So I'm just going to kind of go through them with you, but if you have any ideas that I haven't mentioned or anything that I'm forgetting, please drop it in the comments below, because I would love to see what other people use as well, because you never know what works for you may not work for somebody else. So before we get into the video, please don't forget to hit that red subscribe button. If you are new here, my name is Jade and I just had a little boy. He's only a week old, and you'll be meeting him in my postpartum 1 week update. But I have a baby girl that's almost 2 in March, and I am married to my husband David, and we live in Orlando, Florida. So that's just a brief summary of me, but I hope that you stay a while, and if you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you. So we're gonna get into probably the essentials first. So the essential postpartum stuff, I will have to say, are pads, or with my daughter, I use just regular overnight super long pads, and I just use these mesh underwear. They get these to you at the hospital. They're actually pretty comfortable, but I just feel like they don't hold everything in that great. So this time around, I decided to use the Depends underwear, which are actually, look like this. It's pretty much a big adult diaper, but these hold everything in so much better. And I don't know, I just feel like these work, especially for the first week postpartum. Since I am about currently a little over a week postpartum, I haven't been using these as much because I'm not, bleeding as much and things like that. Then I switched to just wearing, my regular underwear and a pad. I will have to say that you want to stick to dark colors when it comes to underwear. That's usually what I do, just wear black, or a lot of people like the high-waisted underwear. I do have a few of those, but I also just wear the regular underwear. But that is probably the most essential things, those two things, and the hospital provides a lot of this stuff for you. At the end of the video, I will mention the items that the hospital provides for you, and then I'll also tell you in the comments below pretty much a link to all of this stuff. You can find it on Amazon, you can find it at the drugstore, Target, Walmart, you name it. Most of the stuff you can find everywhere. The other two essentials are Dermaplast spray. They do provide this at the hospital, pain and itch spray. So especially if you have a laceration or a 3-degree tear, which I had a 3-degree tear, this is gonna be a must-have. This helps with itching and just pain relief in general. And they show you how to use all this stuff once you've had your baby and everything. And then we have tucks. So I don't know if you can see this very well, but like I said, I will link all of this stuff below. But this is tucks. They're medicated cooling pads with witch hazel, which these are amazing. You can lightly dab these in the area, or you can actually leave them on your pad and just kind of sit on them for a little bit. Definitely helps. They even have witch hazel spray, which I haven't personally used. I just use the tucks, but I've heard that really helps as well. Another thing that I use that I don't have here, that they provided me at the hospital with my daughter, is it's called Epifoam. So you literally would take your pad or whatever, put the tucks, spray some of the Epifoam, and pretty much just like pull your pants up, and it's just kind of like this cooling feeling, because a lot happened down there, so you're definitely going to want that. Another thing that I don't have here with me, but I did use both pregnancies, postpartum, is a perineal ice pack. So basically you just kind of like put it there underneath your pad, not like, so it depends on which ones you go with. If you have the perineal ones, then you can just put it right there on your pad, and it's just, you pretty much twist it to break it. The hospital provides those. I actually didn't take any home, which I wish I did, so I ended up just going and getting like an ice pack that stays soft, and I don't put it on my skin, but I kind of just sit it there and sit on it for about 15-20 minutes, and it helps so much. And I'll link that below as well. And then one good thing that I would like to mention is make sure you make yourself like a little basket of postpartum stuff in your house prior to your pregnancy. It helps so much to just have everything organized and in one place. I have one of these upstairs, and I'm in my bedroom right now, but I have one of these upstairs in my bathroom, and I have one downstairs because, you know, you want to be able to, you have to pretty much clean yourself every time you go to the bathroom. Postpartum is probably the most uncomfortable and annoying thing a woman with having kids has to go through, but trust me, it you know, depending on, you know, the severity of your birth and everything, it's usually only bad for like maybe the first 2 weeks. For some people, maybe only the first week. It just really depends on how bad, if you had a tear or what may have happened. But this is a must-have. Definitely have a basket with all of your stuff. This is probably something not on a lot of people's postpartum care pack, but Vaseline, because I don't know, if I have very sensitive skin, so like, you know, having a pad on constantly, you know, normally I use tampons when I'm on my period, but having a pad on constantly and just like, you know, moisture and like, I'm not going to get into it, TMI, but I always like to put a little bit of Vaseline, you know, in that area, not like directly on, but in that area, so, you know, it doesn't like get too bad when you're cleaning yourself. But yeah, that is just a little tidbit that I personally like. The next, probably one of the essentials, is a peri bottle. It's just this really simple bottle, and they give this to you at the hospital. Let me see if I have my other little, oh yeah. So you just want to take some mild like shampoo. They give you a Johnson's little travel size shampoo to use at the hospital, and that's just what I use at home too, because it really is, you know, you just want to stick to what they tell you to do at the hospital. If you find something that works better for you, then that's great. But yeah, you just put a little bit of drops in here, fill it up with warm water, and every time that you use the bathroom or you change your pad or whatever, you just spray this and clean yourself to make sure that you're keeping yourself clean. It is a pain, trust me. Like, I'm a week postpartum. I will have to say that this has been a harder postpartum time for me, just because I feel like I did have a 3-degree tear with both of my babies, but this time I just feel like it's way worse. So it's been a little bit harder for me, but it's gotten, after the first week, it gets so much better, so much better. So we have that. Okay, just a few other things that will definitely come in handy. I'll mention these. All right, baby wipes. It's not a must. You don't really want to wipe the area. They tell you not to wipe the area. So you definitely do not want to wipe the area. You just want to spray and pat dry, especially if you have stitches. But it's always good to have a little bit of some baby wipes just to keep yourself fresh down there. You know, or you can get those other just regular wipes that they have. I forget the brand, but I just use baby wipes. I have a ton of them anyway. Also, I know this is definitely not a must-have, but gloves. I know you're probably thinking that's kind of weird, but I just feel like cleaning myself down, you know, down there, I just feel like I need something extra on my hands, especially since I have a toddler, I have a newborn, you know, even though if I wash my hands too, I just like to have something else while I'm, you know, taking care of myself down there, you know, just as an extra precaution, because maybe I'm a germaphobe, I don't know. But I use these every time most of the time when I change my pad and everything like that, because it's not like a normal period. You're changing your pad, you want to change your pad or whatever you're using as much as possible to keep the area clean. So I just think that gloves come in handy, and then you can use them around the house for different things too. So I just have a box of these gloves. This is something that I didn't have with my daughter, but it has truly come in handy for me. I'm probably going to also mention some other stuff that I don't have in this little pile here, just because I am just now thinking about it, but I'll link them down in the description box. So some other handy stuff. Okay, postpartum bath salt. Postpartum bath salt. I got this on Amazon. I actually haven't used it yet, but since I'm having such a difficult time this postpartum I just have a lot of like pressure and pain, and of course they're gonna give you meds like ibuprofen or Percocet or whatever, Motrin, whatever that they're gonna give you, which definitely helps, but sometimes you just need a little bit of extra soothing. So I cannot wait to try this. It's just like a sitz bath with Epsom salt. essential oils and vitamin C. This one is specifically called Postpartum, and it's by Better Bath, Better Body, and I just got this on Amazon, so I definitely cannot wait to use that. So yeah, so some breastfeeding stuff. I think it's, especially if you're breastfeeding, I'm just gonna add a little bit of breastfeeding things in here. I am breastfeeding. This is my second time, trying. My daughter, I was not that successful. She had jaundice pretty bad. And I just had to supplement with formula. She had latch issues, just a lot of stuff. Plus, being a new-time mom, you're not as confident. So that being said, I tried to be a lot more prepared this time, and my breastfeeding experience is going way better. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's going way better. He's latching. It's just going way better. So I'm hoping that I can continue to breastfeed him. My goal is at least 3 months. But I have this Upspring Milk Flow berry flavored breastfeeding supplement drink that I started drinking pretty much the day after I had him, and I feel like it's definitely helped. This brand also has a coffee pod, which I want to try so bad because I'm a coffee lover. So I'll link this below. This is definitely a must-have, and it has fenugreek and blessed thistle, which is supposed to be one of the top couple ingredients for increasing your milk supply. I also brought Nipple Shields, which I used actually a lot with Ava. I only honestly breastfed her exclusively for a couple of weeks, maybe even a week and a half, because she wasn't gaining weight. She was always crying because she was not being fed. So I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna just not feed my baby because I want to breastfeed. So I decided to, just a little backstory with my breastfeeding. I don't want to go too much off topic, but literally, so I just decided to supplement, and then it's just, even after trying, I just switched her completely to formula, and everybody was way more happy. But I decided to I wanted to give it an extra try this time, because I know that I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I just didn't at least try a little bit harder, and I am so glad that I did. I brought, this is just Medela Nipple Shields, and it has this little container. I've only used it a couple times with Eli. He seems to latch pretty good on my breast. The only thing is he pretty much feeds for my left breast, and this one I usually pump because for some reason I've tried so many different holds, the football hold, everything, and he just doesn't want to latch on this right boob. So if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. I didn't really want to do an exclusive breastfeeding video, but yeah. Other than that, it seems to be going good. I pump this. I pump at least 3 to 4 times a day, just to release some extra milk when he's sleeping, and then he mostly feeds off of this one, and then I pump off of this one. I am also thinking about getting the Haka. I think that's how you pronounce it, because I heard it's really good, but I haven't gotten that yet. So some nipple just pads, because you will leak a little bit here and there, so you definitely want to have some of those nipple pads. This is amazing. Nipple cream. This is Medela, but there's other brands. You definitely want to have a nipple cream, because your nipples, it's breastfeeding. You have somebody sucking on your boob constantly. Your nipples are going to be sore. They're going to crack. They're going to scab. It's just the life of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is hard work, but it pays off. Once you get through that first stage, I've come to realize it becomes a lot easier. And I'm only a week, not even 2 weeks in, but I can already see that it's becoming easier. But I put this on my boobs like pretty much throughout the day. I've also put like little ice packs on my boobs because cooling works as well. They also have little gel packs that are specific for nipples that you can buy as well. So all of this stuff, there's tons of things that can help you, that will prepare you to, meet your goals breastfeeding. And it's better to be prepared than not have anything together. But sometimes you come up with things as you go. Like, I'm still like this postpartum saw. I'm like, okay, I need something else. So as I go, I add different things depending on my needs. So breastfeeding. Okay, as far as clothes, I don't know about anybody else, but I continue to wear my maternity pants, which definitely, they're obviously not as tight, but it just kind of holds everything in. And high-waisted underwear and things like that. You want to have a nursing bra. I have a nursing bra on. It's just a regular nude bra, but definitely a nursing bra. You want to have nursing tank tops. Definitely want to have, I just have a regular nursing tank top and it just unclips right here. Definitely want to have nursing tank top. This is a nursing gown. I bought all this stuff on Amazon. I'm like an Amazon fiend. But this one's pretty cool. I wore this in the hospital, but it just kind of opens right here so you can breastfeed. It's a little bit more discreet, and I just love, and especially changing your pad or your Depends, having a nightgown is a lot of help. Then you just want to have some comfy stuff around the house. You just want to have some nice comfy stuff. And these are dance skin. I got these at Marshall's, but they're just some leopard print, really, really soft, comfy pants. I probably won't be able to find these to link these below, but really anything that is comfy to you, you just want to be as comfortable as possible afterwards. And a couple of other postpartum care things that I did. I got a facial last week. My mom took off the week, and just having that alone time really helped me, because trust me, you're going to go through a lot of hormone changes, baby blues, things like that as you adjust, and it's just really important to take care of yourself. So I recommend baths, massages, facials. I got my eyelashes done because I don't usually do that, but I just wanted something to make me feel extra special, and it definitely has worked. And so I definitely recommend treating yourself, getting your nails done. It's very important. Self-care in the postpartum stage is so important because you're going to be so tired. So if you just spend a little bit of extra time before you have the baby preparing, you know, these type of things, and maybe preparing something that you're going to do for yourself after, trust me, it works wonders. And that's something that I didn't do with my daughter, and I was just, you know, I wouldn't say that I had postpartum depression or anything, but I just feel like my postpartum blues was a lot worse. Now, the recovery was a little bit better, but I feel like the other part was worse. So let me see. Some things that I don't have here is that I also am going to be buying, that I wish I would have already bought, is I'm going to get some type of hormone postpartum supplement. I think it probably is by the same brand, I want to say, this Upspring brand. They have a lot of breastfeeding stuff and a lot of postpartum stuff. So I think it's just good to regulate your hormones and stress levels, because it's a very high stress time when you have a baby, especially if it's your first baby. It's not all butterflies and rainbows and teddy bears and everything. You know, you're going to be sleep deprived. There's going to be a lot going on. You're going to be, especially if you're breastfeeding, you know, you just have to get through that first little hump, and then everything gets so much better, I promise you. So one thing that I forgot to mention that I don't have here is a belly band. I guess I didn't originally, I don't have one here yet, because I feel like you shouldn't use it right after giving birth, because you want to make sure that your stomach kind of goes down, and any doctor will tell you this. I know some women start using it right after, but high-waisted pants or high-waisted underwear is all you're going to need, at least for the first, at least a couple weeks, maybe even a month. But I am going to be buying just like a belly band, just to kind of help my stomach go down and keep everything in. And I'll probably start wearing it maybe like in 3 to 4 weeks. But that's definitely, you know, that is not a necessity. It's completely up to you if you want to have that. But it just kind of helps everything go down as far as your uterus. But I wouldn't put anything super tight on right away as your body is still doing a lot of healing. So real quick, I just wanted to go over the items, and I'll list them too below in the description box, that they actually provide for you in the hospital. So, you know, if you want to buy extra, that's fine. I have like a million Dermaplast bottles, but they do supply at least 2 of them for you in the hospital. So I wouldn't go and buy a bunch of this stuff if you know that they're already going to supply it. So the mesh panties, little mesh panties, and if you ask for it, if you request it, they'll give you more. So, you know, it just depends on what you like using. Mesh panties, Dermaplast, of course, the Perry bottles, they supply all of this. Mine didn't have tucks, but with my daughter, they did supply EpiFoam, but it just depends on your hospital what they will supply. Of course, they're going to supply pads and the ice packs. That is what they pretty much supply at the hospital. I bought the Depends, but that just because I thought it was more comfortable for me. But they will supply endless pads and endless mesh underwear, the ice packs. Definitely bring a bunch of ice packs home. I wish I would have brought way more home, because I feel like on that third, fourth day, like once you get home and some of the medicine starts wearing off, because they are like clockwork with the medication and pain meds. Once you get home and the medication starts wearing off, I feel like you start feeling a lot more pressure and pain down there. So having an ice pack definitely is worth it, especially after that first, you know, bowel movement. I know, TMI, but just gotta let you know that it's not fun that first time. And yeah, you're gonna wanna have some ice packs. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed this postpartum essentials video. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. I probably didn't mention everything that people use, but I would love to know what may have worked for you. And if you like this video, don't forget to like it. Bye guys.